Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach, Wadash, and double honor to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone who still rule and teach well, who taught me this 100% truth, who continue to teach me this truth. Those are the men of the Lord, the prophets. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this word in humility and sincerity, as commanded by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And, you know, the days of pleasure and comfort and do as thou wilt, and pretty much being able to fulfill all of your heart's desires and all of your lust, that's about to come to an end. Okay, because right now we're living in a time period and in a society where that's exactly what is allowed to go on. People are allowed to be whatever they want, do whatever they want, fuck whatever they want, eat whatever they want, you know, worship whatever they want. And they're allowed to pretty much indulge in every type of pleasure that they can imagine. But all of that is about to be done away with, okay? All of that is about to be done away with when the society collapses. And, you know, we've been refraining from pleasures. We've been refraining ourselves from indulging in the lust of the flesh, you know, and the pride of life, as the scriptures say. So in that day, when society is pretty much deprived of the basic necessities and also, you know, the lust and the pleasures, we're gonna be good. We're not gonna bug out. But you ever seen somebody who go too long without a cigarette? You ever seen somebody who's an alcoholic go too long without a bottle? You know, you ever seen a fat person go too long without eating? There's a Snickers commercial where it says you're not you when you're hungry. They get hangry, okay, which is a combination of hungry and angry. And people act irrationally when they're not able to indulge in their pleasures. And America was pretty much, Esau built the society, Esau being a so-called white man, that's the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. Esau built the society based upon people being able to indulge in their lust. And like I said, the day is coming where all this is about to be no more. You know, see, the time to indulge in your pleasures is now. But the time that's coming, it won't be no pleasure. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. See, the evil days are coming. As a matter of fact, the evil days are already here, but there's a climax to that evil. There's a rise that has to take place, you know, as far as how evil is really going to get. And it's going to get a lot more evil, to the point where, as I said, you see it in these movies, society as you know it is going to collapse. The structure, the order of this society is going to collapse. And it's pretty much going to domino effect once that supply chain breaks down. Once the food is no longer coming in, that's when people are going to lose it, because police officers need food, firemen need food, paramedics need food. So when food is not on the table, when food is not on the shelves in the stores, all emergency officials, all authorities, they're going to be in the same boat as a regular average citizen. And they're not going to be doing their job. They're not going to be interested in arresting people. They're going to be interested in finding food for them damn selves and fighting for their lives. So it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Who is the Lord speaking to? He's speaking to the children of Israel. Hear this word, O children of Israel. Okay, that's who the Lord is speaking to, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, and Native American Indians of Negroid and Indian descent, according to the seed of the Father. You are the biblical Israelites that were prophesied to go into slavery via slave ships and to be delivered from America, Babylon the Great. But in order to be delivered, you have to remember your Creator right now, while the evil days come not. It says, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You see? So the times that are coming, nobody's going to have no pleasure in them. Nobody's going to have no pleasure in them. And that's significant. It would be different if we lived in Haiti, or if we lived in Ethiopia, or if we was in a society like, you know, one of these third world countries. But we live in America, Babylon the Great, which Babylon means confusion, the city of confusion. And this place was built upon pleasures. This place was built upon that. That's what these people are given to. Let's go to Isaiah 47, verse 6. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. It's talking about the so-called white man in America, Babylon the Great. The way that they did the children of Israel to establish this country, they didn't think that they would have to pay for the things that they were doing. They didn't lay it to heart. It says, reading on, it says, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Because the Lord deals with balance. He deals with recompense. He deals with justice. So if you do one thing to somebody, guess what? That same thing is going to be done unto you. But they didn't consider the latter end of it. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And that's the mindset of every single Babylonian, every single person in America. They dwell carelessly. They have no care in the world. You know, they just know that they're gonna, my next birthday I'm gonna be doing this. Well, how do you know? Or in 10 years I'm gonna be doing this. Well, how do you know the society will be intact? They're given to pleasures and they dwell carelessly. It says that sayest in thine heart, which is the mindset of this nation, I am and none else beside me. Meaning America stands alone. When Americans think about life in general, they don't consider what's happening in other nations. Whereas in other nations, when they plan things, when they think about their current situation, they have to factor in other nations because their country as a whole is affected by what goes on in other countries. Whereas America is pretty much at the top of the food chain. So they don't have to worry about what's going on. For the most part, all that is changing now because the nations are turning against this place. But, historically, America has standed alone. And no matter what other nations did, it didn't really affect what goes on in America. But see, that's changing. So it says, thou art given to pleasures. So I want to go to this word pleasures in Isaiah 47 and 8. And I want to just see what it says. And we're also going to get the etymology of pleasures. It's cold out here. It says voluptuous, given to pleasures, voluptuous. So these people live voluptuously. Let's go to the etymology of pleasures. Pleasure, it says, late 14th century, a source of enjoyment, pleasing quality or thing. Yeah, because you have a very high quality of living here. You see, but that quality of living is about to be reduced. Because people have a high quality of living here, but that quality of living is about to be that of a third world country. It says that which pleases and gratifies the senses or the mind. Right, your senses, which is the lust of the flesh. Your ability to smell, see, taste, touch, feel. That's all your senses. They call it 5 or 6 senses, 5 senses, I believe. And in this country, you can pretty much satisfy all 5 senses at all times if you have the resources and means to do so. Even if you want to do it in a wicked manner, you can do that. It says enjoyment, delight, desire, will, to please, to give to pleasure, discretion, desire, preference. Yeah, so you can get your preference. You can get your pick of the litter here, man. If you prefer to be a mo, if you prefer to dress like a whore, if you prefer to walk around naked, you could do these things here, man. All you gotta do is go to a specific location and you could do anything in this place, man. But all that's about to stop. And the reason why is, like I said, Esau pushed this YOLO mindset. And the scriptures speak about that YOLO mindset. Let me go real quick to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So this is the mindset of the wicked, man. They believe that life is short, tedious, and that pretty much nobody has ever conquered death, when we know that Yahushua has conquered death. But the ungodly, they don't think like that. So it says, verse 2, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter. as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away, because they try to rewrite history. That's why they think that no man will go have their evil works in remembrance, because they try to wipe out their evil works and replace it with lies. Here it is. Christopher Columbus was a goddamn demon, okay? A genocidal monster, but he was a hero. They wrote him in history as a hero. And that's what the ungodly do. It says, our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. And that's pretty much true for all these heathen nations, you know, because they'll never conquer death. Only the nation of Israel through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai will have the ability to conquer death. And first and foremost, because Yahweh Shai conquered death. Now verse 6, it says, come on, therefore, let us enjoy. Remember, that word pleasure goes into enjoyment. It says, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creature like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Remember, that word pleasure in the Hebrew goes into voluptuousness. See, so this is the mindset of the wicked, to be indulging in pleasures. It says, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. So this is their portion. This is the lot of these people. The lot of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel and these heathen is to indulge in pleasures until all those pleasures are taken away by Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai in the day of the Lord. Verse 9. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, the point that I wanted was verse 5. It says, for our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, right? YOLO. Let us speedily use the creature like as in youth. So that pretty much they have the mindset that you only live once, and after that is no coming back. So hey, live it up, live voluptuously, you know. And that's the mindset of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You've been deceived by the serpent. You've bitten off his apple, which is his philosophies, his mindset, okay? And you live according to what he wants you to live according to, which is to live voluptuously, to indulge in the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. That's 1 John 2:15. But guess what? All that is about to be taken away. All that's about to be taken away. Revelation 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. See, because while you living it up in this country, you fail to realize that this country has a judgment coming to it for the way that it treated you in time past. Okay, just because you forgot, because this man gave you many gifts. That's why the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes 7:7 that a gift destroyeth the heart. Just because you forgot the history of how this man raped, robbed, and murdered you, how this man continued to lynch you throughout the ages, how this man continued to shoot you down and not give you justice even until this present day. Just because you forget that the oppressor is still got his foot on your neck, that don't mean that he's not going to receive judgment for how he's treating you, man, and how he's treated your nation, the nation of Israel, the real Jews, the real Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, he gonna receive judgment because he came up against the sons of the living power, the apple of the Most High's eye. He touched the wrong people, so this place has to be touched. And the sins have reached unto the heavens. The Most High have remembered her iniquities. Just because you forgot, that don't mean Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai forgot. Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. Yeah, voluptuously. You see, these people live deliciously. Christian Dior this, Alexander McQueen that, you know, the Louis Vuitton this, calamari that, you know, steaks on top of steaks. You know, they think that shrimp is a delicacy. They eating shrimp and lobster, you know, paying hundreds of dollars for abominations. You see, because why? They're giving into their pleasures. So, okay, the Lord said, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. So for all the pleasures and all the deliciousness you've gotten, that's the Lord's going to equate that to how much torment he's going to give this place. It says, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Again, these people dwell carelessly. They don't believe that America will ever be touched in war, that America will ever be destroyed, that the people that were slaves to establish this country would ever get revenge. They don't believe these things. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. So these plagues is going to come in 1 hour. Like I said, when this society collapse, that famine going to hit, all that death going to hit, all the mourning that's going to take place. These people are going to completely forget about all the pleasures that they had. They're going to completely forget about all the good times that they had here. You know, they're going to forget about all of that. They're going to forget about all that money they made on OnlyFans. They're going to forget about all the times they was in the club getting drunk out of their mind, dealing with other men's wives. They're going to forget about all of that because so much torment and sorrow the Lord going to give them. Jumping down, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament her when they see the smoke of her burning, when they see the nuclear destruction that's going to hit this place. Because World War III is coming, and nuclear missiles are going to be shot on America, and this place is going to be a lake of fire. And you can't swim in fire, but it's going to be a lake though. Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. All these pleasures, your tablets, your laptops, iPhones, Apple Watch, gadgets, VR, goggles, all that shit's about to get burnt up. Nobody's gonna buy this merchandise anymore. And we ain't gonna need no virtual reality, nothing. Because if we want to play a hologram in the kingdom, we're gonna be able to do that, man. We're gonna get power that you ain't never seen before. Verse 12, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. That's all the pleasures in this place, man. They even use souls of men as pleasures. They even use slaves as showing you that there's still slaves here. You're still a slave to this day, man. That's a part of the merchandise of Babylon. We just read it. 14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. The Lord about to take all this away. And these people ain't going to know what to do. When the Lord take all these things away, these people are not going to know what to do. It says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things that were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. And thou shalt find them no more at all. See, let's go to this word real quick, because I got to close. Hey, the Lord said these things that the soul these people lusted after are all going to depart from them. And all things that were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. You ain't gonna have no tampons. You ain't gonna have no no contraceptions. You ain't gonna have you ain't even gonna be able to get horny, man. In the days that's gonna come, you ain't gonna be trying to fuck. You ain't gonna be trying to do nothing, man. Unless you a man of the Lord and the Lord got you in a situation where he set up the men of the Lord with abundance, you ain't gonna have no pleasure. Only people that's gonna have pleasure is the men of the Lord. That's it. It says here in the Greek for dainty.
Strong's G 3045. Leparas. Leparas.
It says things which pertain to a sumptuous and delicate style of living. Dainty, fat. Yeah, so these people have a delicate style of living, man. They traveling to and fro. They get to go wherever they want to go. They wake up, they go to the gym. And after they go to the gym, they get coffee. And after they get coffee, they walk their dog. And after they walk their dog, they go do their nails. And after they do their nails, they watch reality TV shows. And after they do that, they go get their lips done. They get a shot in their lips. You know what I'm saying? All this, man, bugged out. This society is bugged out. It's fucked up. But the Lord about to break it down. Revelation 18:14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And that's gonna be it, man. That's gonna be it. That's the end of this pleasureful lifestyle. So if you want to continue to live it, if you want to forsake these words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, if you want to forsake repentance, and you want to continue in this lifestyle, then go ahead and take that mark. Go ahead and take that C to the H to the I to the P, the R to the F to the I to the D. Okay, go ahead and take it so that you can enjoy these pleasures. But the end result of that is what we just read. Thermonuclear fire. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Yahushua greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. And this place is spiritually Egypt, because it tells you in Revelation 11:8 that this place is spiritually Egypt. But also when you read Deuteronomy 28:68, it said that the place where we were carried into slavery on ships is Egypt. So this place is Egypt. That's why you pull out a dollar bill. What do you see on the dollar bill? A pyramid. Okay. You also have the obelisks in Washington, D.C., the Washington Monument. That comes from Egypt. Okay. There's also a Memphis in Egypt. You have a Memphis, Tennessee. But anyway, this place is Egypt. Moses refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, meaning he forsook his Egyptian culture and chose rather to suffer with his people because he knew that he was a Hebrew Israelite. So we're not choosing the American way. We're rather choosing to suffer as a Hebrew Israelite, and we will suffer persecution, but we'd rather choose that and the riches of Yahushua than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, just a little season, because these people, they're going to enjoy these pleasures, but all that's about to be taken away. So Lord, when this is edifying, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachach, Wadash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. And Lord, when it was edifying to a member of the Lord's elect, Brother Yaquam, Kwam Yasharala, Abab, Abov, Shalom.